You described their engagement in 2004 as either a magic moment or making a deal. Is it a transaction? Do you believe that?
I do. I do believe it's a transactional marriage.
For years, the world has tried to understand the enigma of Melania Trump. Is she a reluctant participant in a political saga? Or is she a key player with a strategy all her own? According to her former best friend and senior advisor, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, the answer is clear. Nothing we see is an accident. To understand her silence, Wolkoff argues you must first understand the foundation of her marriage.
Donald got arm candy. The Vogue cover legitimized Melania, which legitimized Donald as well. And Melania got 2 dynamic decades. I mean, she was a young model striving. She didn't have the success yet. She met Donald. She became an American citizen. And 10 years after that, she's the First Lady of the United States.
So you paint a picture of a woman who knows exactly what her husband is doing all the time, actually. And she's just as manipulative.
My best estimate is that Melania is not going anywhere. She is as complicit in everything that's taking place as he is. So the Melania I first met versus the Melania there is today is a very different person. Melania Trump has a voice, and she hasn't used it. She's had a platform, she hasn't used it. As the First Lady of the United States of America, whether you're president or not, you have the ability to speak loudly, clearly, and for the rest of Americans. She can say all she wants about the vulnerabilities of children and how much she wants to help them, but so far, unfortunately, nothing has happened. So she is not just complicit, she is his enabler. And she's his biggest cheerleader. And unfortunately, she's done nothing but that.
That's fine. Who supports Melania? You do have a legacy.
Yeah, but then, well, it doesn't come directly from what I put on Twitter came from me. They know about the children, and they talked about it.
But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, right? I mean, you do know what I'm saying. You shouldn't have people across the world. It's in New York. It was always Melania. Like,
I don't give a.
It's not about giving a.
It's true. Honestly, it's like, because it's honestly, I'm doing the same stuff that I did before. They cannot stand him. They know that I'm with him.
Because Melania and I had spent so much time together one-on-one. And my time with Melania was always either at lunch or at her apartment. There were no other people around. I think our friendship really did strengthen. I know our friendship grew a lot closer towards the end of 2015. But to me at the time, I didn't realize the manipulation of it. We were close. I liked her, she liked me. But as far as, I do believe we shared something that was a true friendship. I gave Melania the benefit of the doubt that she was my friend. She was different than Donald was. She was different than the other Trump children.
And now?
Oh, a Trump is a Trump is a Trump. Melania and I first met when I was at Vogue. And it was before she had met Donald. She was single, she was striving. She wasn't, a Vogue cover model yet.
Before their bitter fallout over Stephanie's role in what became the most expensive inauguration in history, they were close friends for more than a decade.
15 years of friendship. You all had kind of like a fun girlfriend, whimsical times, right? With selfies and duck lips and lunches.
What attracted me to Melania is her strength, her independence, her doesn't matter what anybody else thinks attitude. I mean, she told you on her jacket, I don't care. She doesn't care what anyone thinks about her. That's true confidence.
That strength is something Stephanie says was on full display after the Access Hollywood tape came out, a moment many thought would derail Donald Trump's run for president.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything.
The day that the Access Hollywood tape came out, she had reached out to me to have lunch. Now, if any other human being or any other one of my friends, I would have expected to see them in tears, right? She was smiling. It was as if nothing happened. And I swear to you, I had like a glitch in my brain.
That startling reaction wasn't just a strange, isolated incident. It was a window into a consistent mindset, a pattern of behavior focused not on personal betrayal, but on public perception and brand management. This exact pattern would emerge again, even more starkly, when the next major scandal broke. The story of Donald Trump's alleged affair with Stormy Daniels. Once again, as her confidant would soon discover, Melania Trump's anger wasn't directed at her husband's infidelity, but at something she found far more offensive.
So she's always been humiliated by the Stormy ordeal. The fact that all of this testimony came out during the trial about what Donald was saying about her to Stormy, and perhaps even just the way that Stormy presented at trial, so professional, was a real kind of superstar and stood up there for herself. Do you think that like added to the torment of Melania just knowing her?
Melania's only concern was that Vogue was actually profiling Stephanie Clifford, Stormy Daniels, not anything about the fact that the conversation in everyone's households was that Donald was having an affair with Stormy Daniels at the time. So it sort of shows you that she's able to compartmentalize so completely and so utterly uncaringly. There is no, she knows who she married and he knows who he married. She knows what she got into and she knows what she gets from this marriage. And that's more important than anything.
These moments of crisis, the shocking laughter, the misplaced outrage, are the puzzle pieces. And when you put them together, a clear picture emerges. It's a portrait of a first lady who has honed her public persona into a kind of political armor. But this armor isn't just for deflecting scandals. As Wolkoff explains, it's a deliberate, everyday strategy built on Melania's two most powerful weapons, her silence and her absence.
Melania, and I always say this, everything she does is intentional. And every appearance she makes is something that, again, she lets her clothing speak for herself. You know, she does not plan on putting herself in a position where she's going to be the object of conversation unnecessarily. I think Melania and Donald, and I've said it all along, you know, it is the Mark Burnett rollout production show. Their marriage was one made for both of them that put them both on the map. And strategically, it made them both, you know, acceptable to millions of Americans' homes that they were entering into with The Apprentice. So we have to roll back to really understand their relationship as to what legitimized their relationship, making her the supermodel and making him the businessman. And now here we have a woman, a mother, a wife, who has not been by her husband's side whatsoever. And I would say several years ago, she would have been there more. Now, after the conviction that Donald has just faced with the hush money criminal felony case in New York City, she's going to be around less and less. He will continue to move forward. His base doesn't need her there, nor do they really, you know, would it really change the dial in whether or not they would consider him as their be-all end-all, because they will. But as far as Melania is concerned, she's going to keep her head low. She's going to only do what she wants to do. But she and Donald, I do not believe, are ever, ever going to part ways.
So when all the pieces are put together, the portrait that emerges is not of a victim, but of a quiet co-architect of the Trump enterprise. Through the eyes of her former best friend, Melania Trump's actions are a masterclass in self-preservation. It's a strategy that continues to define her role as First Lady today, proving that in the turbulent world of politics, the most powerful statements are sometimes the ones that are never spoken. This brings us to Wolkoff's final chilling warning, an assessment not just of a politician's wife, but of a formidable player in her own right.
But neither, to me, are any more, you know, beautiful. They really are as scary as it gets.
What do you think? Is this a portrait of a brilliant strategist or a cautionary tale? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.